Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing what you guys all voted for, which was the prison deck profile from set 2 of the Divines era with all the new support from Illusionless Strife. So by all means, let's just get right into it. First, we have the ride line of Ruby Red, Kyanite Blue, Rosette Pink, and Seraph's Nut. Basic prison ride line. Then you got your energy generator. Next, we'll just get right into the grade 4s with 4 Seraph Purelight. Let's see, there we go. That should be a little bit better in our video for you guys to see. Seraph Purelight's abilities is Counterblast 1, Soul Blast card with a Seraph in its card name. Choose two cards from each of your opponent's hand, rear guards, and soul, and imprison them in the prison. During your turn, all of your front row units gain 5,000 power for every 2 cards of your opponent's imprisoned cards in the prison. For every 10 cards or more, the front row gains a critical. Pretty fun deck, easy to get out, either from having it in hand or using one of the grade 1s that we play in the deck. Next card we play is Aurora Battle Princess Penetrate Aquos. Penetrate Aquos, when this unit is placed on rear guard, if your opponent chooses 1 card from their drop zone and imprisons it in the prison. If 2 or more cards of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gains 5,000 power and 10,000 shield. And for the battle this unit attacked, if your opponent will call cards from their hand to the Guardian Circle, they must call 2 or more cards at the same time. Which is a really good card. I really like this one. It's helped me out in a couple of matches so far with playtesting. It can just get really big if needed. For the new card that we play from Illusionless Strife, we play 4 Corner Citrus. It's the new Restander unit for the prison deck. When it's placed on rear guard, if your opponent chooses 1 card from their drop and imprisons in the prison, if they imprisoned a card, Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. When your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Seraph in its card name attacks, if 3 or more units cards are in the prison, plus 10,000 power to this unit until the end of the turn. If 5 or more cards are imprisoned, stand this unit. Oh, this card really saved the deck. I don't know how many times I've won with 5 attack prison with plus 2 critical on with Purelight. This card has also really beat me in locals with that skill. Very good card. This card literally saved the deck of prison, in my honest opinion. Next, for the grade 2s, we play 2 Accused Macarite. Accused Macarite, when it's placed in rear guard from hand, Soul Blast 1, and you imprison the top card of your opponent's deck. Pretty easy. For the last of the grade 2s, we play Cuff Spring. Cuff Spring is good for control in the deck. Not really much else to say there. If you imprison a card if your opponent chooses to imprison a card from their hand, they draw a card. Next, starting off with the grade 1s, we play the Order Prison. You play it by resting 1 of your rear guards, or 1 of your units, not 1 of your rear guards. When it's put into the Order Zone, enter Soul Charge 3. If Order Zone, when your opponent can call a rear guard, they perform the following: Soul Blast, and they get 1 rear guard. Counter Blast, they get 2 rear guards back. Next, for the grade 1s, we play this one, Aurora Battle Princess Lifeful Warrior. During your turn, if 2 or more units are imprisoned, this unit gains 5,000 power. If your opponent's card was imprisoned during your turn, Counterblast 1, choose 1 of your opponent's rear guards, imprison it, look at the top 5 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 card with the grade equal or less than your Vanguard from among them and call it to rear guard. Really, this card has allowed me to hit big numbers and get superior calls when I say I only have like 2 cards in hand. Say this and a Purelight, it's managed to be able to get me a lot of rear guards. Literally just a 2-card hand, and I managed to be able to call this, and I called an Accused Macrite, and then I had an extra Purelight in hand. So I didn't re-ride in order to be able to gain the extra, but it's really good card. Yeah. For the next grade 1 we play 4 Security Upgrader. Security Upgrader's ability is if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Seraph in its card name and you did not ride this turn, retire this unit, search your deck, hand, or drop for a grade 4 card with Seraph in its card name, ride it as stand. If you search the deck, shuffle your deck. If you wrote a card, your opponent chooses a card from their drop and imprisons it in the prison, and the cost of the auto ability of that ridden unit decreases by 1 counterblast until the end of the turn. So it makes it a little bit cheaper for Purelight to go off. All you have to do is just Soul Blast the grade 3, or if you're riding on top of another Purelight, you just have to Soul Blast the Purelight. So very easy, less counterblast wasted in the deck. Next for the grade 1s, we play 3 Blitzstaff Muna. Blitzstaff Muna's abilities is if your order zone has 3 or more cards, this unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, and it also gains 5,000 power. If any player's unit is placed on rear guard from the order zone, any player's main phase, Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. Hard once per turn, so if you have 2 copies of Muna on the field, you can use the ability twice, but it has to be 2 separate Munas to activate the ability. You can't just activate it twice using 1 Muna, which I find annoying, but what can you do? For the final grade 1s, we play 4 PGs. I don't play Elementaria because it's a triple drag deck. So I just really don't use it. So 4 PGs is sufficient enough. It's just 4 PGs. And then for the trigger zone, I play the Rainbow Trigger lineup with 1 over trigger, 4 crits, 4 heals, 3 draw, and 4 fronts. I play the front triggers because it allows me to get bigger numbers on, say, Corner Citrus or Penetrate Aquos. For Corner Citrus, it would just give it an extra 10,000 power on top of the 10,000 power it would have already gotten just by Seraph Purelight or Seraph Snow attacking. So in total, it would be like a 43k beater even on your grade 3 turn. And then, yeah, the critical triggers, I only play 1 Decker Cop because it's hard to find these days. No matter how many reprints it comes out with, it's just hard to find. And then for the heals, I play 1 of the double critical heals where it gains 15k shield. I've had that come up a few times where I needed the 25k shield. It's just coming real handy. And then for the draws, I just play 3, no Emulite connectors. I'm actually thinking about taking these ones out and getting the Emulite connectors and possibly running Decker Cops. I have a little bit more play testing to do for it, but this is just what I have so far. And that's it for the deck profile. If you like it, leave a like. If you have any comments about the deck, feel free to comment. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So this is the Silver Bandit Squad signing off.